All right, so in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our two-step registration process. And I'm also going to show you data that proves that this can help you make a lot more sales with your automated webinars. So most platforms, when you go to register for the webinar, they show you something like this, okay? You're going to see like all of the information that they ask you for all in one step. So you click to register, it shows you all the different options of times on the schedule that you could, register for the event. It asks you for your name, your phone number, and your email address, right? The problem with a single step registration like that is that when people look at the times that you're offering the webinar, maybe it's a time that they're not available. And if it's a time that they're not available, guess what they do? They leave the page, they don't give you their email address, you can never follow up with them. If you do what we call a multi-step registration process, where you start with step one is, we always start with a button for somebody to register. They click a button and then it starts the registration process. You could embed this right on your page where you don't actually have to use a button. Our widgets are extremely dynamic. You can build a ton of different widgets. I invite you to look at the features video on dynamic widgets to see all of the stuff that widgets can do. What we're really focused on here is why multiple steps. So for us, we always have people click a button, and then the very first step is we ask for their email address. Notice we have not told them what day and time the webinar starts. We are just asking for an email address right here. After we get the email address, the next step is where they select a date and time, they put in their name, they give us their phone number, and they confirm their registration. What we have found is that there are a lot of people that get to this step right here. They give us their email address, and then when they get to this step, what happens? They look at the dates and times, they realize there's not a date and time that they're available, that we're playing back the webinar, and they leave, right? And they don't confirm their registration. I want to show you what happens when a person goes through that process right now. So this is the notifications section in WebinarFuel. This is where we send out all the emails and SMSs and push notifications and so on and so forth to people that register for your webinar. Notice that we have a bucket called leads. This bucket is where, and a lead is basically when somebody gives us their email address, but they never actually finalize registering for one of your webinars, all right? We have a bucket that allows you to send out email notifications, as many as you want, to those leads to recover them and get them to actually register for your webinar. So you can see that in this particular bucket, we've had 74 people start. Basically 5 minutes after they abandon registration, they give us their email address, but they don't finish registering for the event, we trigger these abandoned emails. And what happens is, out of 74, you can see that we recovered 4% of them on that very first email. We got 3 people to register for our event. But you can also see as we scroll down, the next day we got another person. 2 days later, we got 4 more people, and then all the way down here, 5 days later, we got another one. What that ended up getting us was, 9 registrations. So 9 out of 74. So 74 people gave us an email address and never registered. Had we done a single step registration, we probably never would have been able to get these people's information, right? We would never be able to follow up with them. Because we used multi-step and because our widgets are dynamic and allow you to do this, we picked up so far 9 more registrants for our webinar. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, except for when you look at the dashboard of this, a registrant right here, revenue per registrant, is worth $66 to us. So if a registrant is worth $66 to us and we picked up 9, we've picked up almost $600 in additional revenue just because we used a 2-step registration. So again, why is it important that you use this? It's because it's going to get you more leads, okay? And then because we have dynamic notifications, we're going to foster those leads and turn them into recovered people that actually register for your webinar, which is in turn going to generate more sales for you. You can make this a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, 4-step. It really doesn't matter. You can completely customize your widgets to be whatever you want them to be. Floaters, buttons, embed codes, doesn't matter what it is. What we focus on here is that you can make these multi-step, okay? And you can ask for email address first, then another step that asks for their first and last name, and then the last step asks for them to select the session that they want to register for. It's completely dynamic. You can do whatever you'd like to do. This is just one of the features that WebinarFuel offers that helps you generate more sales, right? We call these profit levers. they're the things that you can do that are going to help you generate more profits, more sales, more conversions from your webinars, right? And this is one of the most powerful things that we have across our entire customer base. We see an increase in about 10% leads, meaning most people are losing about 10% of their leads when they use a single step registration process. We recover all of that for you by utilizing a multi-step process. And then of course, getting those people through our notifications to register for the event and turn into somebody that attends and ultimately makes a purchase during your webinars. If you are not already using WebinarFuel, this is just one of the many reasons why you should. You can get a completely free trial to WebinarFuel right now. Try it out. Look at all the different profit levers. Look at the features. You'll see why our software is completely different than any other platform that's doing automated webinars or webinars in general, right? And this should be one of the things that really allows you kind of like the space to say, wow, this could help my business. We'd love to have you be a part of our community. We'd love for you to take us up on that offer of a free trial and start using these profit levers in your business.